Khumo,
Fam, what's good? We're back. FA Cup match day review with our resident Khumo. Got knocked out there by the Saints. 1-0. They didn't even score own goal. What nonsense. Yeah. Let's get into it, man. Khumo, how are you feeling? Quite a disappointing start to Saturday, man.
Yeah, man. I've never seen an Arsenal game this season that starts with daylight. We jinxed. We need to play at night only. What happened to our 10 o'clock games? We win those.
Yeah. As I said before, maybe we were still like in that sleepy mode there. We never woke up early. But let's break down the game for a bit. And you know what? Like I'm always saying, look, Willian, try, and find something. But it's getting to a point. And the whole first half, it was all you could really say. It was pretty much him. I felt Nketiah was also a bit poor, but Willian was getting into good position and just not delivering. So what did you make of the first half and then the own goal, man?
Someone said that Willian passed in the first half, only passed to the referee. He didn't get any pass to Pepe or Martinelli the whole first half. I don't know, bruh. Like he's running around like a fucking headless chicken. We don't know what the hell he's doing. There are moments when he hesitates to play balls and then instead they pass it backwards. Look, I don't know. I went on Twitter at halftime, I think, and I saw a video of Troops. Yo, dude, about to have a heart attack, screaming that homeboy is not playing. He's playing against us. And I've said this. I agree, bro. Willian is playing against us. Nketiah, I don't know what's his name. A boy doesn't get a chance. Balogun. He scored, I think, yesterday. Pepe is starting to worry me. Yeah.
And I'm saying Balogun.
He's got a hat trick.
Yeah, under 23s.
Yeah, dude.
For me, Nketiah wasn't poor. It's just that I feel he's not strong enough sometimes. You know, when he's like shrugging shoulder to shoulder, trying to get in front of the guy, he always just tends to lose out. And as a number 9, that's your bread and butter, man. Like, come on, like you can't expect to not to go shoulder unless we're playing you through. But yeah, and then Pepe as well. I feel Pepe always fights, but I just felt there was just that disruption, like in the center of the park, because it felt like Nketiah was dropping to the center, then Willian. It was like there was no one there. And then obviously he brought on Partry and he made a few changes. Cedric moved over to the proper side that he needs to play on. So I don't know, what did it come down to? Did it come to just poor upfront decision-making or too many changes in the team? Well, what was your make of it?
I think everyone was poor, man. Cedric on the left was abysmal. Martinelli had one beautiful chance that would have been a winning assist, actually, but composure. I feel Martinelli is still rusty, man, and so everyone was yeah, and I think he's almost in an Oba situation where he's been out for a while. He needs to get back on the horse. He wants to get back on the horse.
Yeah.
But it was just poor. And I mean, in these games, you can see how we miss Tierney. I think shout out to Smith Rowe also making himself like, bruh. I mean, you can't choose this dude in the league, Maybe Willian is just doing his bit to show us that we cannot rely on him in the league. But everyone was piss poor. When I was shouting, man, wayward passes not connecting. It just didn't feel like they were. Even when Lacazette came on, he was also doing some weird touches and holding up the ball weird. It was a weird game, bruh.
But now look, okay, game's over now, 1-0, we're out, bro. We face Southampton in a few days' time. But now, look, 4th round, knocked out of the FA Cup where we become the holders, where we're the holders. So is that not a bit like annoying or frightening, or is it just like part of the thing? Because look, on another FA Cup tournament would have been away leg, I'm sure as well. You know what I mean? But isn't it? Or is it just normal knockouts from the beginning? But anyway, so Yeah, we might have had another leg, but still, either way, you know, I think the other disappointment was the Nottingham Forest knockout. You know, I don't know if we were the holders back then, but still, you know, like it was a bit disappointing, especially when we
Like
could
I
have
said,
scored a few times. You know,
like I said, when that dude said we win this cup every 2 years, so we won last year, we're out now, and I mean it's been happening like that, right? So I think we went 2015, we out 2016, we went 2017.
yeah,
It's just the vibes. It's
but
the
then
vibes, uh, but even people were like saying, why two keepers on the bench? What was that about? Why do we have two keepers?
maybe in case if it went to
Look,
penalties, that other new keeper was better at. You know, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It was a weird one. I just you wanted to make him travel with the boys.
But I want to say this. I actually felt like it was also for me the changes, too many changes to the team. Like it's like why can't we just have one team get really good at being one good team? You know, why can't we just have one team play in and out and get better? Like so. Yeah, I don't know. For me, the team that's been winning, and it's a coincidence when Willian starts, our clean sheet goes.
Clean sheet, no goal scored. He still hasn't assisted. He just adds to this nonsense stats. But like the other flip thing to getting knocked out and being disappointed is this a blessing in disguise? Because remember we got knocked out of Europa and then we ended up winning FA Cup, maybe less pressure. Does this make us focus on Europa more, the league more? You know, or is it just like bad day at the office? We need to move and yeah.
I don't. Do you think? I mean,
Willian
the
must
question
stop
is
playing.
when are the next games coming? Because I mean, their games are not even they're not that close anyway, right?
Yeah, well, I think it's Southampton on Tuesday or Wednesday.
No, I mean even for the further FA Cup matches, they're not gonna be that disruptive. But yes, fine. We're minusing a couple of games, but I don't know if it's gonna be a big enough impact to do anything. You know, I think obviously our concern now we have the only thing, and I hear people saying the Europa, but our main job is the league. I think that Balogun should probably just give up and say, okay, I'm going, because they're not even making effort to try to play him. You know, there's not even effort in a cup game. You don't play him so what are we stringing the boy around for? He's being strung around for nothing. And I'd cash out on Nketiah. I think we have a very poor.
Definitely, I'll cash out on that dude.
I'd cash out, but we have a very poor. I don't know, with strikers from the academy. I mean, you know, Chuba Akpom, Beneka Fobi. We have.
No-go.
There's a list here. I don't know who are
the academy.
Oh, Sodoko was an academy, but you know what I mean. But he was still dire. But and I also like stuff like, I mean, even we have and all these people that I mentioned have always been tiny. We make the tiniest forwards ever come out of our, and then we have today crossing into the ball to who? To Nketiah. So short. What's the point of crossing the ball so much? Hey, bro, and what's his name was tough. Cedric was tough when he was trying to cross in.
Yeah, on the left it was so hard, but even on the right he didn't do any better. You know what I mean? So it just,
but even corners that don't reach, they don't clear one man. Pepe, what's going? Then Cedric he pulled there. What didn't he pull? He pulled the Bellerin foul throw. What is happening? I'm sorry, bro. Look, I think that boy, what's his name, Martin Odegaard, for anything, if he can come in and we never see Willian again, you know, if he can come in and spread the workload of Smith Rowe, I'm happy for that. So we never see Willian. Right? There was a joke yesterday on Twitter. Wolves announced someone called Willian. Sorry, man. Yesterday, Wolves announced Willian, but it's like another dude called Willian Jose, and people were like, "Fuck, don't do this to us."
Imagine if we already got rid of him. Look, it's just he's being disappointing and he's not performing at all, you know.
But I think it's the team, bro. Keep the same team. I don't know what happened to Tenny. Like, why isn't he playing? I know Oba, I heard he had a family emergency.
Yeah, so where were we? The news about Willian getting transferred, but he's still bad.
But I also, I think with Gabriel, I remember having this feeling that, hey, this guy is like one mistake away from something. And I think we've seen him do that a few times, you know, Gabriel do. But also, look, he's coming back from COVID. He did some good blocks after that own goal, but
yeah, he was a bit unlucky there, you know. He was very unlucky. Just went through everyone. I don't even know what happened there, to be fair. But still, we should have came back, you know. We should have came back. We should have. But now, does this make like the game against Southampton even more? While the next game against Southampton, double header, even more important to win. And what do we need to get out of? What do we need to do there? Because
we need to win
against them.
We need to win. We need to win that game, bro. Like, I mean, we must match up that table. You know, people are dropping points. Chelsea's doing things. Liverpool's dropping points. We have to win. Like, this is like, okay, cool. It's a blow, but these guys must catch a wake up and be like, okay, we don't want to lose. But then maybe, and also there's a specter of Arsenal. Arsenal, for me, for the longest, have done two things. You don't know what team shows up on some days, you know? Yeah. One day it's a good team, the next day is a bad team. It's the same fucking 11. So maybe this was there, they got the dart out of the way. But then with the league, we need to get the 3 pointers, bro, all the way. Like, and okay, we'll have our boys back. We'll have Tenny back. We'll have, what's his name? We'll have Smith Rowe back. I don't know what's happening to Murray. What, is he injured or what? Because
I remember he had a couple of tightness, and then they were resting him, so I'm not too sure now.
Yeah. But also Tenny had the tightness, but he came back the next game. But anyway, so Partey starting. El Neni was another one of the guys who was just like, you don't know what these guys are doing. Like,
yeah.
And I think it also goes back to people like. So I think El Neni should actually be part of the group that goes. Maybe they'll move him in the summer, but he has to go. I've said also, I think Maitland-Niles is on my list as well. Willock can go on loan. Eddie can go on loan or be sold. We stuck with Cedric. And even the story about getting Bertrand. Bruh. Like, why don't you just bring a kid up from the youth levels? I don't know, bro. I'm not stop trying to get these fucking old people who are over the hill. I don't even know what to think about this Matt Ryan guy. Like, I've never seen him play. I don't remember seeing him play. What was his first choice at West Brom?
I think, wasn't it Brighton? No, Brighton.
Brighton.
I don't think it was first choice.
So this thing of like, man, let's get all these senior players. We have a lot of senior players, guys. We have a lot of senior players. So what else do we need? More senior players? Come on, guys. We need more. We need a team for the future.
And this changes, to be fair. No one's changing the game, and today you saw that. And funny enough, he didn't play Emil Smith-Rowe, but he was the game changer against Newcastle. He should have brought him along, to be fair, you know. But thinking that this team could have handled it, but I don't know. It's very disappointing, especially not to get a goal. We went down like 3-2. It would have been fine, but not to get a goal, and also not to necessarily concede a goal. You know what I mean? It wasn't like those guys are good. So I don't know, man.
I mean, in FIFA, they say you won't win the lotto if you don't buy a ticket. I remember one of the commentators in the old FIFA games. So the boy took a shot.
Yeah.
He took a shot and it happened.
And I think that's what we lacked. We didn't really challenge the goal front too much, you know. Even our shots, like the one free kick, they were just doing silly stuff, you know. It wasn't like composed stuff, you know.
They were in control the first half, honestly. Like Southampton, I think like for even up until the goal, we were on the back foot.
Yeah, they were compact as well, very compact.
Yeah. So I think I was very disappointed with Pepe's free kick. I didn't want to see Willian near it, but I was hoping that Pepe would take it and do something better.
Yeah. I knew he was going to do that, but it was such a hard angle to go where he was going. He should have just put it in.
The height, though, you know, just the height was garbage. Like the keeper didn't have to block anything. So I think the whole team was woeful, man. Like it was one of those days. Like
yeah, but
it's football.
Before we end, man, last question. So we out, yeah, you know, we're moving on to the next one. But today's game, whose fault was it? I think it was Arteta, lineup tactics, or the players just didn't do the job right?
For me, it's both. I think Arteta must stop dying on this Willian sword. You know, that guy is the biggest fraud, the biggest fraud, bruh. The gigantest fraud. Like he's more of a fraud than Trump. Like that dude is grifting us. He's just getting paid there to run his restaurant in London. That guy must be moved on. Okay, he must be moved on. You moved on. You cut Socrates' contract. Good. Mustafi, move on. I think this is a season, or by the end of the season of clearing out shit. And then afterwards, but anyway, back to your question. I think we were too bad in the first half, and then we gave ourselves too much to do in the second half, which is not a lot. Too much. Scoring one goal for Arsenal sometimes is a lot to do.
It looked like it. It looked like it.
I mean, it was 1-0. It's not like we're trailing by 5 goals or something. Yeah. So it doesn't. You're like, what happened? But again, it's a bad like Willian, bruh. Willian does not add anything to that team.
It doesn't, and I think today just solidified that point. But onto another topic before we go. Transfers, man. I think we've got a week left, just over, I think 8 days, something like that. So, yeah, do you think we're gonna do any business? If so, who would you like to see come in, and anyone left that you'd like to see go out, apart from Willian?
Well, out is obviously Mustafi. I want him out. Loan Willock if you want, but I mean loan him actually in summer, then he can be gone for longer period. But look, this Odegaard guy looks like he's a done deal from the way the Norwegian national coach was talking about it, him coming to Arsenal. Fabrizio Romano was saying that it's a done deal.
Yeah.
So I just don't know. I mean, I've never seen the kid play, and YouTube highlights. And even
could be another Danny Ceballos coming across.
Even what's the other guy we had? Suarez. We had Suarez. Hey, we've had a tough time with these little Spanish summer import. Yeah. So I hope he does well. I mean, yeah. So I hope, because I think I said that the last thing about we need some sort of if we get him, we get another creative midfielder. We drop Xhaka, and we have Smith Rowe and Odegaard, and then Partey. Then that's perfect. We have Partey protecting the back. We've got 2 creators in the middle. Then we are looking at attacking. That's what I want to see us, because we've been too focused on defense. We've been too focused on not conceding, not doing anything, instead of how do we strengthen? I mean, how do I attack? So I hope the kid does well. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know, man. The Matt Ryan one was very confusing. Matt Ryan, but I'm not confusing. But I mean,
it's fine because we need Ronaldo and we can't be taking chances there, and we let
maybe go. I think maybe Ronaldo is the one that's the most confusing one, because Ronaldo, no one's like, who the hell is this dude, bruh? Who is this dude who came out of nowhere?
Out of the cold, out of the ice,
bruh. It's icy in his ghost, but his hands are still icy.
Yeah.
So I want to come on. I thought they would have put this Matt Ryan today, maybe.
Yeah, well.
But I mean, Tel Aviv, but it happens, man. It should happen. It's football. But I think that the only thing that we can only come back to is that we don't understand why the manager is insisting on Willian. That one no one can understand. Losing happens, right? But why is this insistence on playing Willian? And then the last thing for me, Pepe is starting
like you kept him on till like almost
the whole match.
Did he keep on? I stopped watching after 80 minutes. I got tired. I was just like, this is too much. It's like we're not even like, it's like we don't want to score, but we're trying to. You know what I mean? That's what it felt like towards the end. We just need to score. There's a need for us to score, and we're gonna try. But there's no like kind of passion. Let's go. Let's do some crazy stuff. Do some move. Even Bellerin, there were times where he just crosses the ball to the Southampton defender like 4 times in a row. I'm like, what are you doing? And then Pepe, the one time he just stopped running because he's like, I'm tired of Bellerin. Like you're reading their body languages. And then you just like, the frustration was there. And why is that guy why was he still on? You know what I mean? I suppose the Martinelli change, I feel Martinelli took a knock. I think he's a bit uncomfortable. Why did he take him off so early, like 50-something? Willian should have went 50. If nothing was wrong with Martinelli, sure. Maybe they tried to save him. But, you know, I just felt that, not to blame Arteta. Well, you have to now. Like, Willian should have come off. I don't know who should have come on. I don't know what should have happened. But I think Nketiah as well, towards the end, he should have stayed. He shouldn't have stayed. Because a lot of the times, the balls that he had when Lacazette was on the pitch, Lacazette would have got them. Let's be fair, because he's going to be that guy, you know, and Lacazette's fresher than him, stronger than him as well. So there was one where he tried to release a shot where it was an offside, and he just scuffed the shot. And I'm like, come on, bro. Like, you know, like, you're not going to get a lot of these. It's not like we're giving you 10 to 15 year match. We're giving you 3. There was even a through ball. He jumped over it, but he couldn't make the run. Then I'm like, why are you doing that? You stop the ball. Let the defenders go around you and run around them. You know what I mean? Like that pivot kind of turn. So I suppose he's young, it's decision making, but it was just things like that in a cup game, you gotta pull the trigger. This is not league or anything. Cup game, it's not, we out. But you know what I mean? Like Nketiah, just make the decision. Nketiah off. That's why sometimes, you know, when Emery, I don't mean to bring up him, but when he didn't like something, he changed it like straight away. Second half, you know, it's like, nah, this guy didn't play well. And you know, like obviously he failed overall, but that kind of change sometimes made the game, it took the game to the scruff of the neck, you know what I mean? And these guys, it just felt like second half he spoke to them, he's like, yeah, I spoke to them, they know what to do. And they didn't do shit. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like convincing enough. I would say if Dave Foster made like 15 or 5 crazy saves where we should have, you know, then you can be like, yeah, no, we were just unlucky. Southampton's defense was solid, but without challenging them too much, you know, we just gave the cup away like that. That's why I'm a bit disappointed, because we should have put up more for fights and stuff.
No, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. Like it's painful. I think, I mean, and you're right. I think the point of it's a cup, bruh. It's all or nothing. So if you come into a game and you're not ready to go all or nothing, what's good? What's happening, right? But also, how old is Nketiah? Like, how much time is he going to be given when Saka and Smith Rowe are doing things better than him? Martinelli are doing things better than him, and I think Saka's younger than him. I think maybe the same age as.
I think it's like 21
as Smith Rowe.
Yeah, 20.
I mean, bro, like his come on, is he not in the same age group as what's his name, as Rashford? You know, I hate to bring up a bloody Man United fan, but a player, but
look at Rashford's like a senior player for Man United now. You know what I mean? He's like senior. Yeah. So you have a good point there. When's he gonna be ready? Like 28.
When's he gonna be ready, bro? Look at even Tammy Abraham is a more established player than him, and he's been. I think Tammy just came out later than him. So where's Eddie going? I don't know, bro. I don't know. But again, it's Willian. We have a creative player. It would have been nice to have had. Exactly. So this is a game when you bench, when Smith Rowe's not there, who creates? No one creates, you know. And that's where. And then the Willian has shown us that he can't create. How many times has he shown us that he can't do anything?
Yeah, nothing. He can just
How many times?
What I hate about him, he runs forward, and then he just turns around and passes back. Like every one of his moves, like today, was just like that. It was just frustrating, you know. And And by the time he finds the guy that's open, it's too late. The gap's closed. So
it's too late.
Yeah.
For a senior player, his decision making. There's a ball, man. There's a ball he passed. He played it through to Eddie, I think. But then instead of it going straight down, which is what Smith Rowe did, I think, with Saka or the other time in the snow, the ball goes diagonally away from the post. So now it's a through ball, but the player ends up having to go out of the box to go fetch it. So like even your plays don't do anything because they put people in worse positions.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, man. It was literally a straight ball down. The boy is running into it. Oh, now he has to change his run. And go there. Hey, bro, Willian, bro. Hey, bro.
Yeah, like the thing is, we have that kind of pivotal role being spoiled. It messes up the whole game. Look at it, you know what I mean?
It stops anything from happening, right? And that is maybe so. The villain should fall on him because he's the one who should be making the chances.
Yeah.
But he is not making chances, and people are busy nibbling at scraps the whole day. Hey, bruh, I am done, bruh. I hate that guy, bruh.
We move. Next game, Southampton and then United.
Well, I think what we know is that next game he won't start, so that's good. That's the only benefit.
He needs a red card or something. Like damn shit.
To be out for you're out for 3 games or maybe make it 10.
Or just get injured. Yeah.
Hey, he was limping there, Xhaka.
Yeah.
I hope he is injured.
The thing is, I think Willian now, we need to use him as a sub. You know, let everybody else start. Don't even play him. We can't start him. We can't start him. If you're gonna play him, you can only play as a sub. That's all.
You can't sub him either. No, you don't sub him. Don't start him. No.
Last 3 minutes there is your game.
No. 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 We're winning 10-0. No.
Just gives water.
That's I'm gonna say. That's all his job is just to go fetch water for these guys. No,
right. But like the thing is, if performance is based on appearances, then he shouldn't be starting at all or even getting a run. To be fair, you know, I've been calm about it and I've been chilled, you know, because I just think, okay, he needs a bit of time. But today's game, he was supposed to be the lead man because we had Nketiah, Martinelli, and Pepe, and he was in the center of all of that, and he wasn't in the center of anything. Just nonsense. So, and that's pure. That's just from today. And look, Southampton, hey, bruh, you're gonna get harder. It's not like you know what I mean. So like we faced they faced the FA Cup champions, man. Didn't even score a goal and won. You know what I mean? So like, I don't know. Just from today, I agree with probably everything you've said in the past 2 months over this dude. You know, I was just like, I'm watching this game. I'm like, I don't even want to say anything in the group to Khumo. It's right now, this guy is just and it rubbed off on everyone. Cedric was fumbling, faffing here and there. I think Niles should have made an appearance, to be fair. You know, Bellerin wasn't too bad. I think eventually there were just times where we tried to force play to certain sides because Martinelli wasn't getting service, so we pushed everything to the right, you know, and nobody was in the center. Pachi actually came and did some justice in the center. It was just that Willian or whatever, Pepe was bad, but he always had 3 men around him every time, if you know. But the worst part about that was there was no one coming in close for him to give the ball away to make a run through. So everyone just he can get through 3 men. And I'm like, that's nonsense, bro. Get in there, get close to him, give him an option to get out of there, and he'll make the run out, you know? That's the way I see it. And he got 3 men done. So it was silly stuff like that. I felt like Smith Rowe, and you're right about that. This guy gets into these positions right there where you need him, you know, and he moves the ball fast. You know? And
he can pass, dude. I mean, how can Willian, the senior that he is, not find Pepe and Martinelli in the whole half with a pass? You saw the last one. I think that was one of the last plays of the half where Martinelli is running forward and Willian plays it behind him. And Martinelli has to turn around
and then he turns around and he looks for it and then he gets it. And I was like, come on, bro.
No, it went out. The ball even went out.
To play the ball forward to, it's Martinelli. He'll beat anyone.
He'll beat anyone. Bruh, the guy placed it behind him, and Martinelli turns around, the ball goes outside. You like,
the play is dead. Then he gave it back to him, Willian, to play the ball again, like a touch over him, and then Willian turns around and kicks it back. I remember that play. I was fuming, bro. I was fuming because even like Martinelli, like the way he turned and looked at it, like it was like, what the hell? Like, why is like, look what's in front of me. You know?
I'm running forward, but the ball is behind me.
And you know what? He's lucky. He's lucky. That kid got alertness, bro. Most kids just make the run forward. You know what I mean? Yeah. But anyway.
No, you know what? Martinelli was like running. Oh, I think he probably saw him release. It's like, oh, the ball's gonna go forward. You know, like, wait, where's the ball? It's not forward.
No, he probably realized it was Willian. He's like, Willian, shit.
You must have to be in Portuguese. I don't know.
Yeah, bro.
Obrigado.
The thing is, it's like, look, I think right now there's no excuses, and I feel sorry for whatever social media account that dude's on. Those are swearing him on. You know what I mean? That's why I love social media.
My dude, Willian is trending as we speak. I think. Let me see. Maybe we should have like a what do you call it? A trending session on this thing, you know, where we go and look at.
I'm actually gonna go through like maybe all your videos and look at all the Willian parts, and I'm like dated because like all our interviews, I write like the title, but the last part it's Willian. You know,
I saw it the last
one was like Willian taking Pepe's place. You know what I mean? And then I'm like, bro, like it's the same thing with Xhaka. It's like, right, look, what we do is we point out flaws. We don't hate on dudes, you know what I mean? But there's a point where, like, this is now getting to every week. It's like the first game was like, wow, okay, yeah. Then after that, it was everybody else improved. You know what I mean? And we able to say like Xhaka has gotten a bit better. You know what I mean? Like certain people have gotten a bit better, but this guy is just like, today for me was his worst performance by far. Today, you know, especially because he was the lead line. He was the man. He was the senior in that whole attacking four, and you played.
He was always in front. Remember, he was always in front. You see him. He's always in front, and nothing's happening.
I was confused, that guy. And sometimes it just doesn't look like he wants to pass forward. He's just like, nah, it's fine. There's holding there.
But let's so I'm watching. We must have a feature where we read tweets, because now there's a tweet here. It says from this guy called AFC Camden. AF Camden. Sorry. The thing with Martinelli, Smith Rowe, and Saka is they don't look out of place physically or technically when playing against physical players. Eddie looks like a youth player at times.
Yeah.
That just gets snapped out. And that's what you're saying. That's what you're saying. He gets pushed over easily. So with his age group, his peers are not doing this, and he's doing it. Man, those three we're putting our hopes on.
Why is he even trying to go 50-50 with the dude when you know you can't muscle him out of it? Have some trickery or something. Because there's always been, look at Sterling. Sterling is not a strong guy on the ball. You can't muscle dudes off the ball, but he has quicker feet that allows him to not get shrugged off as easier, you know? Because if the guy can't get the ball from him, there's no way you're getting the ball, you know what I mean? Even if you muscle him and stuff, it's fine, you're getting a free kick. That's what I feel is missing from his game. His hold-up play. What's missing is he's not Lacazette, let's be fair. Not that he has to be Lacazette, but those attributes that made Lacazette what he is now. Hold-up play, just shielding, buying time, able to get a shot off properly. You know what I mean? Like 3 of his shots were scuffed. Every shot of his was scuffed. There was nothing clean, you know?
You remind me of something now, because I remember that his last goal for us, and someone mentioned a stat that the dude, all his goals have been like, I don't know the measurement that they how much, but like all his goals are they're like 1 yard or 2 yards away from. He never. You know what I mean? He's just a tap-in
poacher. You need those strikers, those poachers that grip the ball in those tight positions. Maybe he's better at that. But if he's outside the box trying to get inside the box, he's not going to score. Very rare.
Yeah, but so So my problem with a poacher is that a poacher will work if you are getting in the box and we are doing a lot of things in the opposition box, but we don't. Then we have people crossing to him when this guy's so fucking tiny. It doesn't make any goddamn sense, you know. I don't know who it was. I think it was who did that fucking stupid? It was Willian. In the first half, he did the most stupidest low cross into people that didn't make any sense.
When that was the time to actually cross it in the air, where we had like 6 dudes in the box. I was also
or cut it back. Dude, so
even that other one where
Eddie
crossed it, where he should have cut it back because he didn't pick his head up. Because what happened was Martinelli was running, and they all said no, he should have went into the box, but it was an offside play. But the problem is Martinelli saw 4 defenders there. Then he's like, nah, he drifted to the 45 to angle it back, and then Willian crossed it across the face of goal. But like for me, bro, these ones are wearing red. We're wearing blue. You didn't pick up your head. You didn't pick up your head. Let's be fair. You know, you just put the ball in when you just cross it in,
But that's the energy I'm getting from these guys. They just cross without looking.
Yeah.
You know, they literally just, oh, I'm here. I'm in the corner. I'm here. Let me cross. I don't have to look. And then it's the kids. You go back to Saka and Smith Rowe who can look and say, oh, fuck, I need to play the ball behind. But Cedric
actually came and made a difference, you know?
He did.
Like he should have brought Willock, maybe Nelson on, someone that, like, I think Pepe was the only dude trying to take people on. Willian should have not stayed on that game. 50 minutes max.
I think Nelson's injured, but still, dude, those guys were literally not looking. They don't look up and just cross the ball and hope for the best. It's not like we have Giroud in the team. You know what I mean? It's when I cross a fucking ball to Eddie. How big is Eddie then? I'm sure Eddie, remember how small Ashravan was? I'm sure fucking Eddie is the same height as Ashravan. I don't
that's the other thing now. Like, we're in a window. If you're gonna play that tactic, go get somebody to do that. You know what I mean? Go approach a tall striker. Look, I feel we have to play our game tactically. We're not a dominant force. If you only want to cross, if Tierney is delivering from the left and Bellerin or Cedric's actually, I feel, a better crosser than Bellerin. He's actually whoops it in, then get a tall striker. Just go get one for fun or pull one out the academy. You know what I mean? Just, hey, bro, it's not working then you can use that as a tactic. Then maybe it'll shut us up and we'll actually get goals. You know what I mean? Because, look, I feel you can't use that tactic if you don't have the artillery. And I feel like
exactly, dude.
Our fast play is not happening. Our fast play only happens with certain players. The reason we won these 4 games was fast play. Today.
But also, I want to go back to your point about the body thing, about Eddie. Balogun has got a better body. Balogun, I think the few times we saw him, he holds up better than Eddie. He can hold up. He was almost like a junior Lacazette. He's not there yet, but he's physically stronger than Eddie.
That game, he held that dude well. Just get off that goal. I remember that.
Yeah, so what are we doing with Eddie? Bruh, what we have is the same really bad system. Cross the ball, hope for the best. It's not even any intelligence. Oh, let me cut it back. Let me look.
It's bad, bro. It's bad. And
it's bad, bro.
It needs to improve, man, because we got a big game, like in a week's time. We have a big game, like it's huge. We need to win this.
We're gonna clap Southampton. We're gonna clap United. I'm telling you.
We have to. No AD, no one.
I'm telling you now. We're gonna beat. Pepe can even. I don't mind even coming up with the sub, but we're gonna beat Southampton in the league, and we're gonna beat United in the league. I'm telling you now.
A lot of good things also came when we got knocked out of cups, so it's okay.
But So that's me, my dude. I think it's just horrific what we've been watching, but.
Yeah, today was, coming off that Newcastle game. Today, we didn't come to play. I firmly believe it's not the coach, not the team. I think it's the time of playing. I think we shouldn't have played that. I think it's like 12 o'clock there. Quarter past.
But it's all the time of day.
Yeah, the time of day.
Look, for them, it's like, it's actually nice maybe for once. They're like, oh, we can go play a game, go to it, then go out in the evening. In the evening.
Yeah, the one thing I saw was the post. The guy's like, you know what? I don't really like early games with Arsenal because it has the potential to spoil a weekend. You know what I mean? And I'm like, nah, come on, man. FA Cup Southampton, we can do this shit. And then I was like, sometimes you just mustn't say things out in the air. You know what I mean? Just keep that thing inside there. He
But
jinxed.
I'm saying it now. I'm saying it. We're gonna beat United. We're gonna beat Southampton in the league. That's gonna happen.
Yeah, no,
Like,
I think like today, look, we didn't get walked over. If you want to look at positives, we didn't get walked over. We were in the game towards the end.
no, but also we're playing the team that works. This I tend to be chopping and changing. Yeah, we'll be playing the team that works, that has done that, deliver results, the people we can trust on, not these other fucking waste men. Like, but also Pepe, I must say, Pepe, I'm getting very worried. I am very worried now, Pepe. I am becoming, and I am one of his biggest defenders, but
Yeah.
I am getting extremely worried now.
The curse of Willian is rubbing off on him. The touch. That's
It's the senior players in the back.
Like take my inabilities. Yeah.
Yeah. So that one, Pepe must also, I don't know what he needs to do, but Pepe, ish, my dude, my boy. Martinelli, I think Martinelli can chill.
They'll come back.
Martinelli can chill because I think Martinelli, he needs to just score a goal to get his joy back. He was very happy before. I think this
class, that boy. That ball, that Willian's best play was that ball that he gave Martinelli. But you know what I didn't like about that? They don't talk on the pitch. You can see they're not talking. Martinelli had time, but everyone's like, nobody says anything to him, and he gets a bit shocked at the ball, so he tries to take a shot off. I don't blame him. That's what everyone would have done. But if you're listening to your players or your players are talking, be like, you got time. He can trap the ball and release it a bit better. And you got money on that dude. Because all of his shots I've watched over the time, he's never tried to stop the ball and hit it. He's always tried to hit it on the go. And I think if he just stops and hit it, he'll get it in, just to get it under control, get the shot off nicely. So I felt like those kind of things there are attributes that, as you said, are like a tyranny. Emil Smith Rowe, those kind of guys bring. They screaming, they talking. Tyranny would have obviously been like, look, you free, and that's how soccer is. You gotta, because it's the same thing as when you're getting the ball and nobody calls man on. Come on, what are your teammates doing? You can't, when you expect to turn and move with the ball. So it's small things like that, and you can see it. I saw that on the pitch, and I was like, I don't know, maybe they were talking, maybe they weren't. But it just felt that he felt he needed to rush the shot off when he kind of didn't. Beautiful play though. I think that was our best play the whole game.
Look, I feel for the dude. I think he had that setback last week again. So before the match, so I don't know. I feel like he's losing the joy of his game. Not losing it. Martinelli last season was very smiley. Today it looks very, more intense.
The pressure of being a footballer has come into play. Before it was like his joyousness of being a youthful talent. He could just play. Now it's like, I need to get results. But what I like,
I think
he wants to do it. Every game.
He wants to do it. Yeah. So let's give him time. I just feel like, look, let him. Yeah. Maybe his substitution also, like he's being managed as well. Don't overrun him. Let's just keep the boy ticking away slowly, and he'll get right.
No, I don't mind that at all. We need.
And we still have Europa to play, where he can obviously get more more time there. Maybe come in as a sub against Southampton.
Maybe this is a blessing in disguise. We get knocked out of FA Cup, which wins us Europa. But even if we don't move up the table, if we win Europa, we get into Champions League. You know what I mean? So we'll see. It could work out, but yeah, I think it's the less things to focus on. Even United, I think they're out of the FA Cup. Oh no, they have the FA Cup and they just have the league. And I think they're in Europa, but You know,
in Europa, yeah.
for them, like they could even get knocked out of Europa, FA Cup, and focus on the league. Sometimes, you know, it's because there's so much of football in the past year and a half, 2 years. It's crazy, you know. Those are going to be pumped for the Euros. Pump, done. No legs, nothing, you know. But
that is basically. It is bad having another. Look at Liverpool. They look like they are running on fumes now. Like the people are getting tired. So you are right, and I hope. Obviously, we don't have a lot of European players who are going to be involved. Maybe Saka and them will be called up for England. But let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see.
But yeah, Khumo, thanks so much. You know, it was a great chat. I think we let everything.
Yeah. Let it out. Yeah, no, I'm with you, my G.
Yeah,
no, okay, Charlotte, man.
Catch you on the next match day against the same bloody team.
Well, when I get them, I promise you.
Yeah, definitely, we shall. They might as well just stay there and get their head right and come into the game. But yeah, it's me, Kish, it's Khumo. We went down 1-0 to Southampton in the FA Cup. Disappointing, but yeah, it's Gunacast SA, we out.
Peace out.